I want to tell you what happened at Ottawa City Hall yesterday. There were actually two Mayor Jim Watsons at his Family Day skating party. One of them was the real mayor. The other was a protester who was wearing a large Jim Watson head, a mask of sorts, and the protester was also wearing a cardboard cutout of an LRT train. Two activists showed up at the mayor's Family Day skate at the Rink of Dreams, and they say that they were asked to leave by security because of what they were wearing. The person who was wearing that outfit, Velvet LeClaire, joins me now. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
So tell our listeners what happened.
So we arrived at City Hall and we put our skates on and we freely skated around for about 45 minutes. And then I wanted to go and meet Jim Watson, so I took off my skates to go inside. And I followed him around for a little while he ignored me and he boosted his entourage around him. I think I might have delayed him going to do his speech. But during me following him, he confronted me and asked me, who is this, and took the mask off my face. I didn't really appreciate that. And then...
He lifted it or he took it off?
He lifted it off. So it's attached to the back of my head with elastic bands, and he just lifted it off my face. So I thought that was an interesting reaction. I've never been touched while I wear my art before. And he was very demanding, wanting to know who I was. And I just played along like my part. I said, I'm Jim Watson, fix the LRT. And I know the pictures it looks like he's smiling and he's happy in those pictures, but while he was taking the mask off and demanding, who is this? He didn't seem very happy at that moment.
So you're kind of photobombing the mayor. He asks, who are you? You play along and you say, I'm the mayor, fix LRT. And then what happens?
So then we left the mayor. I went to where the piano is and I started dancing, wearing the costume and dancing with the piano. And then that's when security guards came by. There was two of them at first, and they were polite to us. They told us that we had to take the mask off, and then we pointed out that the mascots there had masks, and then they didn't respond to that. They just said that we had to remove the LRT costume as well because it had a sign that said "Fix the LRT," and they said that signs were no longer allowed. Signs and masks aren't permitted at City Hall. Me and my friend, we thought that just applied to Chambers, but they said that it was all City of Ottawa property. So we just sat on the edge for a little while and looked at the pictures that we'd taken, and then we left. But while we were sitting there was two security guards standing there monitoring us, and one of them followed us out and basically escorted us off the property to make sure that we were actually leaving.
Now, it's interesting because we reached out to the City of Ottawa and we asked them about this and what their policies are. The city said you were not removed from City Hall.
Well, I guess next time I'll just make sure we have a camera on the security guards when they try to remove us.
Did they say you have to take the signs off or you leave, or was it you're gone?
They said take the signs off. No signs allowed. Take the mask off. They didn't tell us that we had to leave. We were planning on leaving anyway. But the security, they were just sitting very close to us and monitoring what we were doing, making sure that we weren't going to put the costume back on.
You felt that you had to leave?
I don't think I had to leave. I think that if I would have put the costume back on, then there probably would have been a more aggressive response. The third security guard that came by, he was the tough one, the one that was very firm with us and told us that the masks and the sign wasn't allowed. So usually when you challenge security, it just, it can go south, it can go downhill.
So the city said in a statement to News Talk 580 CFRA that they respect the right of residents to demonstrate, but for security reasons, staff have to restrict signs. They also went on to say that there is no prohibition on face coverings at City Hall, but if an individual is creating a disturbance within the building, they may be asked by corporate security to leave the premises for the safety and security of those within the building. And that's the city's manager of security and emergency management, Pierre Poirier. Do you feel that you were creating a disturbance?
No, I think the crowd really liked it. A lot of people were taking pictures and laughing, and, I wasn't saying anything rude. I was just saying, hey, Jim Watson, fix the LRT. Like, I wasn't, saying bad, negative words, or, it was more of like the costume was more of the statement than anything that I could say. So I was mostly quiet because I'm wearing a mask in front of my face.
So what's your impression of why you were removed? I mean, as you said, you were skating for about 45 minutes. You were not asked to leave at any point during that. Then you come up, you start photobombing the mayor. You're within reach of the mayor. Then you're asked to leave. What's your impression of why that happened?
I just don't think the mayor appreciated my art. Like, I think it's kind of personal. People take it personal when you have a giant head replicating their face. So I think that he's probably facing a lot of criticism for the LRT right now. So he probably didn't want that at his family-friendly event.
What was the message you were trying to send? I know you're talking about this being art, and you went, you took photos. You obviously wanted to be seen there. What did you want people to take away from it? Like the LRT does need to be fixed. Like, there's been so many different problems. Like, even just, installing the straps on the trains like a few weeks ago. Like, why would it have to take that long? I think using art as a protesting method, I find it's more appealing to people who aren't necessarily activist-minded, and, it's a way to draw in the rest of the public. That's why I do it. And just to be clear, when you were talking about the other people that were wearing masks, you're talking about the superheroes and the other people that were dressed up for the event?
Yes. Yeah, the people that were paid to be there, they could be covered, their faces could be covered, but I wasn't allowed.
Did they have signs as well, or just face coverings?
I don't think they had signs, unless their signs, like, they could have had like Winterlude signs on them, but nothing.
So what do you think about that? The fact that security asked you to leave?
Well, I don't think it's very appropriate. I think that it's healthy in a democratic society to have people be able to voice their opinions, even if they differ from the powers that be.
So does this put a cap on any further protest at Ottawa City Hall? Is this the end of you going to these events and trying to make a statement in front of the mayor, or what?
Oh, no. I already have plans to go back there on Sunday around 3. We're making more LRT costumes, and, yeah, there's going to be a group of us next Sunday. So I typically don't get intimidated too easily.
So you'll be wearing masks or what?
Yeah, I'll be wearing a mask and the LRT costume.
You're not worried about security?
No, I think this time I'll just have I'll have somebody with their phone on videotaping it.
So you plan to go back. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and telling us about it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Velvet Leclerc yesterday was at Ottawa City Hall demonstrating, photobombing the mayor while he did his welcoming speech at the Family Day skating party. And she's not done yet. She plans to go back with a group of people.
Your signs are cute.
Oh, thank you.
It's a total load of bullshit. It's like, really? You go to Toronto, right? You go to Montreal, and you're going to have there, but